modern history of what is now the Democratic Republic of Congo began in the late 19th century when Belgium laid its hands on this land rich in resources. The Republic of the Congo was founded in 1908 as a colony under the Belgian crown, and the days of colonial rule came to an end in 1960, but its early years were marked by political and social unrest. In a coup in November 1965, Colonel Mobutu took control and proclaimed himself president of the nation. Later, he changed both his and the nation's names to Mobutu Sese Seko and Zaire, respectively. Mobutu held onto power for 32 years by the use of harsh force, sham elections, and other means. The Mobutu dictatorship was overthrown by a rebellion led by Laurent Kabila in May 1997. The country was renamed by Kabila as the Democratic Republic of the Congo, but in August 1998, his regime came under attack from an uprising supported by Rwanda and Uganda. After his father, Laurent Kabila, was assassinated in January 2001, Joseph Kabila became the new leader of the country. In October 2002, the new president was successful in negotiating the withdrawal of Rwandan forces occupying eastern Congo. 2 months later, the Pretoria Accord was signed by all remaining warring parties to end the fighting and establish a government of national unity. Over the next few years, the security and human rights situation worsened, especially in its eastern provinces. The Democratic Republic of Congo continues to witness the unfolding of a humanitarian disaster despite the presence of UN troops. The persecution of Christians has grown over the years, with the ADF becoming more audacious in its attacks on Christian communities and churches. Additionally, organized crime and corruption greatly complicate church and community life. According to the United Nations, about 5.6 million were displaced nationwide as of July, with more than 1.6 million in Ituri and more than 1.8 million in only the provinces of North Kivu because of the ongoing insurgency. In June 2022, Belgian King Philippe made his first trip to Congo, where he shared his deepest remorse for the brutal wrongdoings of the colonial era. In August 2022, U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken met with the President Tshisekedi in the capital city of Kinshasa and made a further $10 million funding commitment to encourage peaceful political engagement and fair elections.
The Democratic Republic of the Congo, usually referred to as the DRC, is a nation in Central Africa. It is occasionally referred to by its previous name Zaire, which served as its legal name from 1971 until 1997. Pope Francis's visit to this country is a pilgrimage and a plea for peace, intended to contribute to the process of national reconciliation. The visit of the Holy Father to the DRC from the 31st of January to February the 3rd of this year had previously been postponed due to health reasons. The Pope's first stop will be Kinshasa, the capital of the DRC, where he will meet with government officials, victims of conflict, and representatives of philanthropic groups. Archbishop Ettore Balestrero, the Apostolic Nuncio to the DRC, stated that Pope Francis's visit to the nation is the first by a pope in 37 years and is a dream come true for many people. Pope Francis has frequently voiced his closeness to the suffering Congolese people who have undergone years of armed violence fueled by armed gangs. Christian community in this region frequently experiences horrific violence and the possibility of kidnapping. The ADF kidnaps, rapes, and coerces women into marrying their warriors. Occasionally, Christian women are retained as a prize. The human rights situation across the DRC remains dire, with internal conflicts and poor governance contributing to a severe food crisis and the internal displacement of nearly 5.5 million people, more than anywhere else in Africa. The Archbishop stated in a Vatican News interview that the main goal of the DRC visit is to strengthen the joy of those who have faith and to awaken faith in those who do not have it. The prelate said that there is an expectation of getting a word of consolation and also of healing the wounds that are still bleeding, especially in the east, but also throughout the country. The origin of the church in the Democratic Republic of the Congo is fascinating indeed. It was through diplomacy and hospitality that the faith first made its way into this part of the African continent in the late 15th century. At that point in time, what is today the DRC was part of the Kingdom of Congo. The kingdom's first tryst with the Catholic faith was in 1482, when the Portuguese explorer Diogo Chau sailed up the mouth of the Congo River in 3 caravels, planting padraus, or stone pillars with the cross, and the coat of arms of his mentor and master, King João. With great hospitality, the ruler and his subjects welcomed the Portuguese. When they left for Portugal, 4 Congolese men accompanied them as envoys to the Portuguese king. After learning Portuguese and having gotten acquainted with Catholicism, the 4 emissaries accompanied Chau on his second voyage to the Congo around 1485. They were able to convince King Nzinga Nkuwu, who sent a delegate along with Chau to Lisbon to request King João to send missionaries to spread the faith. Finally, in December in 1490, a delegation of priests, religious, artisans and farmers set sail for the Congo on 3 caravels. Christianity got entrenched in the country in 1491, when King Nkuwu and several nobles were baptized. More Portuguese missionaries reached the heart of Congo in 1508. It was the Congolese king's son, Prince Afonso Mvemba Nzinga, who made the land a Christian kingdom when he ascended the throne. He zealously left no stone unturned to spread the gospel, and his zeal earned him the title of the Apostle of Congo. It was King Afonso's son Enriquez who became the first indigenous bishop of the country. It was in 1596 that the Diocese of São Salvador in Mbanza, Congo was erected. In 1640, the Apostolic Prefecture of Congo was set up by the Holy See. Down the centuries, the gradual decline of the Kingdom of Congo, logistical difficulties and life-threatening diseases stemmed the flow of missionaries. However, the faith was kept alive by ordinary people. It was in the year 1865 that the second evangelization of the nation began, with the Vatican entrusting the Apostolic Prefecture of Congo to the Spiritan missionaries. Soon, other missionaries followed. During the Belgian colonial rule from the late 1800s until 1960, missionaries played a pivotal role in spreading the faith and bringing education and healthcare to the impoverished parts of the country. The church is visible in all spheres of life, as more than 35 million people profess Catholicism. They are spread across 41 dioceses and 6 archdioceses. Pope St. John Paul II